All right, tattoo history. Okay, let's learn. It might be educational for everybody.
I know nothing about tattooing.
I know.
And then like somebody will like ask me a question and I'll fucking have a brain fart. Like
I guess we'll see how much we know now.
Which 1900s inventor was instrumental in creating the first tattoo machine?
You motherfuckers. I'm gonna go with A, Tesla.
If I'm correct, I believe it was Alexander Graham Bell.
Tesla probably tried to electrocute himself. No, I'm gonna go with Graham Bell.
It's Edison, Thomas Edison. Number C. C, letter C.
I believe in him. C.
Thomas Edison? I was gonna go Bell.
Yeah, I think you're right though.
Oh.
Fuck.
I forgot.
I want to say
Thomas Edison.
I want to say Thomas Edison too, man. Tom's a good name, so I'm gonna go with that.
The answer is C, Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, who was then, Samuel O'Reilly took his and patented in 1891 on number 11 Chatham Square, Bowery, New York.
All right.
Thomas Edison. Oh, rad. So we get to see the answers? Cool. I was thinking it could have been Thomas Edison. I remember reading that somewhere.
Thomas Edison.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Sorry. I got the next one.
Thomas Edison. Yeah, of course, because of his pen. And I have that shit on the wall in my shop.
He created, I believe it was the first engraving machine. And I actually got the patent, like copies of the patents for Christmas this year.
But it wasn't actually Thomas Edison. It was one of the guys that worked for him. It was based off of the doorbell.
The doorbell, I thought.
Yeah. And
but didn't he work in like a patent office or something like that?
He did actually.
And it was someone else's idea?
Yes. Yeah, so they only made 8 of the first machines and they was marketed as an engraving pen. But one of the sailors picked up the machine. I guess he had come over from like Japan or something. I don't know, I'm making this up right now, but
Oh, see, I don't know this shit. Which tattoo artist is credited with bringing Japanese tattoo techniques to the United States?
Sailor Jerry. It's got the word sailor in it, so he must be going all around the world.
Sailor Jerry, maybe? A?
Tom, what is it? Tom knows the answer. I want to say...
I was gonna go with B?
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say too. Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
That was Ed Hardy.
I'm gonna say Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
I said A.
Oh, shit. I don't want to play with this guy anymore.
Sailor Jerry? What?
Sailor Jerry.
Okay.
Fucking Sailor Jerry. Damn, I'm just fucked up and I've been doing this for 29 years.
I was gonna say Sailor Jerry, but I was like confused with your answer. We should be shunned.
Sailor Jerry. Same thing. Same time period. They were doing this similar.
Oh, Sailor Jerry, okay. I was almost right, because I know Ed Hardy left to go to Japan and Sailor Jerry was very upset about it.
No gloves. That's so nuts.
In what year was the tattoo ban lifted in New York City?
I should know this one because I live 20 minutes from here.
I am not from New York City, so I'm gonna totally throw a random guess out.
Okay, I actually
should know this.
Yeah, I worked in New York City, so I want to say 1991.
That would be 1997, C.
I know that shit.
For sure, I don't know.
C. 97.
1997. That's because I was one of the first people in the city to get a license.
I was gonna say 97, damn it!
Damn it! I can't, it's just unbelievable. 1997? That's so crazy. Okay.
You could only get tattooed in Long Island, legally. There were a lot of Brooklyn guys, which I won't name, but there were a lot of Brooklyn guys who worked out of their basement. I got tattooed in a couple of basements in 95, 94.
You want to know who the first person to have a tattoo license in New York City is? Jasmine Rodriguez of Champion Tattooing, who's also on Tattoo Nightmares.
I actually went with Wes, that owns Unimax, and I was dealing with Wes for years before that. And he mentioned to me that the ban was being lifted and you had to go take a class to get a license. I don't even know if they still do that anymore. I remember he was there with me, and Jasmine from Tattoo Nightmares was actually in the same room too.
When tattooing was lifted in New York, there was a line of tattoo artists. They would bring their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, just because they thought there was gonna be a limit on how many tattoo licenses there were. So they tried to eat up as many licenses. So like they brought like cousins who weren't even tattoo artists just to make less tattooers.
You know, I'm not a test guy.
Which famous world leader does not have a tattoo?
Oh, this is gonna be fucked up because you know it's gonna be a surprise.
Well, I know Justin Trudeau. Aha!
Pretty boy has one.
I'm gonna say Roosevelt didn't have one.
Yeah, because I think
even though he was a badass.
I'm gonna say that I think Bill Clinton probably had one because he's he's a real bad boy.
I think he's got a saxophone tattoo.
I hear Winston Churchill has a giant raging rooster on his cock.
That's a chest. Think about my cock. It's located on my chest.
Theodore Roosevelt did. That's actually a Roosevelt tattoo. There's a couple of them that have them.
The guys back in the day could totally have tattoos because those guys were cowboys.
Well, Bill Clinton's
None
got
of them?
Monica written on his butt.
He does?
Yeah, Monica.
Monica.
Well, Bill Clinton sticks cigars in people, so I'm gonna say he might have a tattoo.
Bill, yeah, of course, Bill has one.
Oh my God! Winston Churchill had a tattoo?
Wow. That's so surprising.
Okay.
I would have thought he would have had one playing the sax with the sunglasses on, you know?
Clinton doesn't have a tattoo. He smoked marijuana, he doesn't have a tattoo.
He does some freaky shit, but he doesn't get tattooed.
But he has sex in the Oval Office.
Allegedly.
He would have been the only one that I said definitely had a tattoo.
Right. Oh my God. How did Teddy Roosevelt have a tattoo? Like, oh
I have
my
no
God.
idea.
When was he president? 90s? It's a time where people actually had opinions about tattoos and stuff.
Which industry did the tattooed ladies of the early 20th century work in?
I definitely know there's some tattooed ladies in prostitution.
Oh, okay.
Sideshow circus.
I would say prostitution.
I'm gonna go prostitution. Let's see how that goes.
The sideshow, the circus, right?
Well, sideshow circus is what comes to mind. But prostitution rings have always had little like markings in them.
I think it was a slideshow circus, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna say sideshow.
I'm gonna go prostitution.
You would.
I mean,
we all know it's prostitution.
Can I say it? Because I want to get one right, so we're going to say A.
High five. You're such a good brain.
Oh, you're right. I thought that was like a trick one. I thought I was gonna get that one.
That's why they call us
five. We won.
freaks.
I think that's what they have down for this, but I guarantee that there were tattooed ladies in every one of those categories. We just didn't know about it. Where was the first international tattoo convention held?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, London's like one of the biggest tattoo conventions in the world.
My fiance's grandparents actually owned the National Tattoo Convention. So that just had its 40th year. And I know that was a super early one.
I'm pretty sure it was London, but I'm going to say that with the question mark in my voice.
That's a good question. I'm gonna say London for some reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna say London.
I'm going to say London as well.
My gut says Hawaii. It's kind of in between the two. Everyone has to travel, so it's fair.
I'm gonna go A for New York. I don't know why, but...
Can't be New York, so yeah, because it wasn't legal.
I'd like to call a friend, but I think we're sinking in the same ship.
Yo, what up?
What's up?
Got a question, and I need to get an answer, and let's see if you know what it is. So the question is, where was the first international tattoo convention held? A, New York, B, London, C, Hawaii, or D, Paris?
New York.
New York.
No!
It was fucking Hawaii.
We were led astray.
Hawaii? What? Damn.
For
Hawaii?
fuck's sake, how?
Oh my God.
Hawaii. Really wrong. Nowhere near London.
Someone told me that answer earlier though, so I cheated though.
Oh, you cheated. Okay.
I'm learning today.
Who was the first tattoo artist to tattoo on all 7 continents?
It's hilarious that there are 3 like crazy good old school dudes and then Nico Hurtado's in there.
That's cool that Nico gets to hang out with these guys in this one.
I don't think it was Lyle. I don't think it was Jack.
All 7 continents.
He was all over the place.
Can you name all 7 continents?
Jamaica, Queens. Is that where we're at?
Jack was not, because I just sent Jack to a convention in Australia this year and it was the first time he was ever there.
I'm gonna go with Lyle.
I'm gonna go with Lyle too.
Out of sure respect for Lyle, I think that we should say
Let's
C.
say C.
C.
Oh, I was right. Okay, like, all right, I'm feeling pretty confident about this now.
I feel like I'm at a disadvantage just because I'm not American. Like, this is unfair.
Yeah, he's quite a guy. That's cool.
Lyle! Good for you, man.
I'll tell you, you were right.
Yeah, because he's like, I mean, R.I.P., but at like every convention I think I've ever been at, he's been there.
There was a debate about this at one of the national conventions.
Shows you how dumb we are, huh?
Which language does the word tattoo originate from?
It's not
Spanish or
Cherokee.
There's too many O's on the end to be Spanish. They usually have the one.
Tat-tau. I remember saying tat-tau.
I'm probably a bad tattoo guy to not know this one.
I think it's Polynesian. It's T-A-T-U.
I'm gonna say Polynesian.
Me too.
Okay, I hope I get this one.
B, Polynesian from Tatau.
Polynesian tattoos. I learned that from Maui. No, Maui is the movie. Moana, Maui.
You know why?
Why?
Because when they tap the sticks, it sounds like tattoo, tattoo, tattoo.
Wow.
Hey, hey, they got your picture on there. Look at this shit. Look at this Tom on vacation.
So yeah, I know some shit. I'm not stupid.
I should read some of those books on my bookshelf.
Which is not one of Sailor Jerry's trademark tattoo designs.
I have no idea on this one.
Not one of his.
Oh, not
Read the shit.
I can't
Tom.
read, I'm dyslexic.
Oh, I feel bad now.
He was doing sailors, so turtles and dolphins and stuff make sense because they're in the water.
Dolphins, I'm pretty sure I've seen. Dicey had to have done.
Did sailors play dice?
I'm gonna go with dice. That seems a little Cherry Creek for me.
I'm gonna say he doesn't do dolphins.
It's either between turtles or pigs.
Pigs, yeah.
Pigs. No.
He has pigs?
Yes. But then again, he tattooed in Hawaii, so turtles. So that's a bit of the wild card.
Dolphins are pretty big, man. I mean, everybody has dolphins. Pigs,
he
pigs are a
definitely
sailor
does.
thing. Dice is obvious.
Turtles, he did the shellbacks. Dice, he did all the time. Pigs, he has the pigs on the feet, so I'm gonna go with dolphins.
Dolphins? What the hell? That's like classic 90s Flash.
Yes, I mean, seriously.
No dolphins for Sailor Jerry? Too bad, he would have drawn some great ones.
The Mandela effect. I swear I've seen some Sailor Jerry dolphins.
for sure.
And I know the sign, my grandma, she's deaf, so the sign for dolphins is this.
The sign for hello in New York is this.
Have you guys ever tried to draw a dolphin? Dude, what's crazy is it's just like a orb shape, but if you get it wrong, it's super fucked up. But it's like a very like specific like organic orbis.
So you want to hear something cool about Sailor Jerry? He, after Pearl Harbor, he was so angry with the Japanese that he used to take his needles and bar them backwards so that the blunt end was the needle that went into the skin, so it would hurt them a little bit more.
Huh.
Who was the first female tattoo artist in the United States?
Now, how do you get credit for that? Like, you just like come out and be like, "Hey guys, I'm the first one," and like this is an interview process. Like, when did you start? No, when did you? Okay.
That was Maud. No, hold up. Maud was in Europe though.
Maud Wagner.
Okay, well, obviously you know that.
We love you, Shanghai. We love you, Shangy. We're gonna have to go with A. Maud Wagner.
Shanghai Kate.
Nope. Shanghai Kate only learned off Mike Malone,
Oh, well.
who learned off Sailor Jerry.
Not everyone can be as smart as you, Paul.
Maud. Oh, that's Maud. Cool.
She was covered. I didn't, you know what's funny? I never knew that she tattooed. I know her from all those pictures of seeing her everywhere and never ever knew that she was a tattoo artist.
That's her.
Yeah.
I've seen her.
Yeah.
I just don't know her name.
Yeah, me either. Maud. It's always fucking Maud.
Fucking Maud.
Fucking Maud.
Yeah, I had an all-girls shop. It was called Sincerely Yours in Miami. To be totally honest, the girls that I had working for me were better than the guys. So I said, you know what? Maybe certain guys don't want their girls getting tattooed in an all-guy place, or maybe certain girls don't want, you know, getting tattooed in an all-guy place. What if I gave them, you know, a place where they could do their own thing?
Okay,
So what
and
do
we're
we
doing
win?
the Irish round now?
I think it's good to know where you come from. Tattooing is so different, and it's like in a whole different, even apprenticeships are different nowadays, but I think it's very important to at least know where it came from. You know, this is the craft, this is the industry you're in.
No, for sure. But it's definitely easy to lose sight of the history. And I don't feel like there's really a lot, unless you work at, say, like an old school traditional shop or something, to learn that type of history. So it'd be kind of cool if there was more knowledge out there for people to see coming up in the new generations when you're just handed an iPad and a rotary.